And that bearing's still good, huh? Well, I mean, we need to look at it.
Didn't hurt it, so it's no more messed up than it was before.
Whoa! Awesome night for some steaks, but I gotta get that fire a lot hotter. In the meantime, let's figure out why the Ramcharger doesn't really want to roll. And I think I know half the battle is right here on this front brake drum, or brake rotor. You can see I'm pushing as much on that as I can, and it's not going anywhere because this dude is locked up. Now these brake rotors are pretty easy to mess with. There's a bolt on top here and a bolt on the bottom, and I've already taken those out. Now I'm just trying to see if I can't pry this sucker off of here because it doesn't want to go. See how locked up that is? It's very not helpful. See if I can just get this dude off of here. What a mess. Some traction there. Let me get the hammer. I would say that's probably my problem. Let's see if it'll spin now. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, we know where to start, right? I actually took the drum off too, and it's kind of a mess. Let me show you all that real quick. Broken springs and all kinds of goodness in there. So, you know, yeah. I'm gonna get to ordering some parts. Pretty much gonna order from the master cylinder back, and we'll get to working on that. So I'll make a parts list and we'll be back. Boy, did I screw up. What was once spinning is not now spinning because I was not aware of how this rotor is constructed, and apparently if you beat on it here with a hammer, it doesn't do any good. And then when you accidentally beat the lugs in, it makes it to where you can't rotate it anymore. I mean, you cannot rotate it at all. And this brake job, I'm learning, is going to be a whole lot more difficult than I first had anticipated and thought. So, what we are going to do today is work with getting this hub off. And I'm looking for the tool that I need to start this process. And one of those tools is a socket. That's upside down there here. 1 11/16 socket, and I had to order that online because I did not find it anywhere else. So now that I've done real good and locked this thing up, let me see if I can get this socket, the axle nut off. And that's what this is the axle nut. I've pulled the cotter pin out. Don't do this if you have a crappy socket. I cannot tell you if it'll mess up your wrench or not. It's all spinning again now, which is interesting. That's not the desired effect. It's loosened up a little bit. Might have to get the impact out. Well, I'm glad it's spinning again. It's still not helping me. Dang it. Apparently you can go in through this hole here and find bolts to pull out. But I couldn't do that before because it wouldn't rotate. So what do I do here? What do I do? There. What a pain in the butt. Alright. That part's done. Now I gotta try to see if I can get this washer off. So definitely keep that washer and the nut. And this is a front wheel drive hub replacement tool that you can rent at O'Reilly's. I don't know if the stud is going to be long enough, but I do know that it fits on this bolt pattern. I don't think it'll fit on much bigger than this bolt pattern. One thing that I neglected to tell you guys earlier is I screwed up these threads on some of these lugs, which is why I'm having to do it this way. But I fixed the threads on 2 of them, and I didn't screw them up on 1 of them. So I'm going to put these lug nuts on. And tighten them down. Work with them. Alright, all these lugs are tight. You can see that this has a I don't know what you want to call it, but it's going to push the axle in while I try and pull the rest of it out. And we're just going to turn on it, see if we can get that seal broken. The problem is we don't have a lot. It's working though, but I don't have a lot of threads. I need one that's going to be longer. Crap, we're almost done with threads. Dang it. I don't think I have anything else I can put on there to get some more distance, unfortunately. So we're kind of stuck until the morning or tomorrow. Dang, it did move though. I can tell you that right now. I watched it move. So on that note, O'Reilly's has got a tool coming in the morning, because this is like, they kind of cobbled this one together, and I'll have to go pick it up tomorrow and see if that this bolt right here that it's going to push everything out is a little bit longer. Actually, we're going to try something, and it may be stupid, but I'm going to take this little old lug nut and put it in between here and see if that gives us enough room, and see if it will push out for it. Will it? Yeah, it's kind of working. Check that out. Oh yeah. All right. I don't know if I recommend this, but it works. I'm probably still gonna need longer threads, so. Maybe not. Might be just enough. That's it. That's all we got. And look at that. It totally totally worked. Son of a gun. And that bearing is not destroyed like I thought it was going to be, but we're probably going to replace that anyway. So when you do it this way, it's going to pull the bearing and the seat out, just FYI. And you know, we're okay with that. Well, I had to come to my buddy's shop up here to finish up this part on these rotors. And first thing I'm going to do is bang these lugs out real quick. And just so happens he has a dead blow right here, and I've got my you know, good lug nut on the lug. We're not moving any, so that's not working. What about a real one? It's tiny. Ooh, there we go. There we go. So apparently these lugs are like on backward. So I'm gonna try to save these, thank God. The other ones are I screwed up, so I'm just ordering at least 5 and we'll go from there. Yeah, that's the weirdest thing, man. You gotta bang these out.
Yeah, as they press through the rotor and the hub.
Yep. I just made that flat, but that's okay. Yeah, your socket set works good, dude. Your socket set works good. That was very satisfying. I like it. All right, now we're gonna use this thing over here. What do you call this thing?
Press.
Well, I was wanting a funny name, but I'll take the literal name, you know. Perfect, that should be just fine. Is this an automated press? Like air?
Yeah, it does have air over hydraulic.
Oh, cool.
Or it might need...
I think we're just gonna wrench on it, huh?
Yeah, I need to raise it up.
Oh, okay. Whew. That's why I didn't want to go bang on it with a hammer. If we can save that bearing, that'll save me some coin. Oh, what the hell? Oh, that's right. It's gonna push it out first. And there we go. Oh, look at that. That's a good noise.
Ain't funny.
Wow, we're gonna be good. Oh, now we gotta get it lined up really well.
Yeah, we gotta get lined up a little better.
Right there. That looks good.
I'll go through.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I am. Dude, that thing's like, the piston is like the perfect shape for size.
We didn't have to find a spacer or anything for it.
Butter. Look at that. I'm so glad I did this.
Beats pounding on it with a hammer for an hour.
No kidding, man. And that bearing's still good, huh? Or, well, I mean, we need to look at it.
Didn't hurt it, so it's no more messed up than it was before.
Whoa!
I don't even think it chewed the seal up. Like the seal may be reusable.
It might be. That was awesome. Yeah, I probably should have done that, huh? It seems fine.
Yeah, clean her out with some brake clean.
Pack it. Tommy saves the day. The bearing's pressed out with like no issue. And I was telling him earlier, these bearings are $70 a piece. And the fact that we were just able to save them, I'll clean them up and repack them. We'll be good to go. So make sure you have access to a very expensive press when you do this, right?
Actually, it's not that expensive.
Not that bad?
Yeah, it's pretty cheap.
Well, once we get a shot,
they're a little bit more expensive than the Harbor Freight press, but it's a much nicer, much sturdier press.
It's really nice. I like it. I was thinking it was going to be really expensive.
And the Harbor Freight press is only like 20 tons.
Oh, okay. Only, and this is what, like 40 tons? Yeah. Yeah, so apparently you can clean this up. I'll probably get like a wire brush and clean the splines.
Oh,
and you get everything back in there and you run the nut down and it presses it in.
Oh, push everything back together.
Mm-hmm. Or you can take it apart. You can take, there's like a, where it rides, you can pull all the bolts off and then like press the bearing on with that out. But apparently they're 12-point nuts and like they like to strip.
Oh.
So I'm like, which way do we go?
Well,
but the hard part's done. For sure.
Yeah, I'd probably just tap it on with a brass.
Oh, okay.
Like,
I wonder if I have one of those.
Warm the bearing up a little bit.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
And then stick that spindle in the freezer.
But the only thing is, it has to go over the axle as well. So if we stick it in the freezer, is it going to be a bitch going over the axle splines?
Oh no, it'll warm up because basically you'd set your new rotor back on it.
Yeah.
Line up your deals.
Yeah.
You can even put all your studs back in.
I have to put all the studs back in. Yeah.
And then put your seal on and drive your bearing all the way down, and then you use the nut to press the seal back into its.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So you get the seal lined up and then use the nut to drive seal.
Because right now you could just drop the seal as the seal sits on that.
Oh, no kidding.
And then use a brass punch and work your way around. Just be careful not to beat on the cage.
Okay. What I saw online is they put the bearing in place and then put the seal in place, and then they put the rotor and hub on and then drive it in that way.
Oh, just use that to, yeah, you could try that.
So it probably would be best to pull that thing off, but I didn't know how I was gonna have to order I didn't know if we were gonna trash these, and if we did trash them, I'd have been waiting on parts anyway, right?
Yeah.
So,
well, you got a lot of luck. Using the press is much more even pressure, so it didn't crush that seal.
Look at the difference on
that rotor was stuck.
Yeah, big time.
It wasn't sliding.
No.
So it'd just been dragging on the outside of that forever.
Holy cow.
Yeah, that sucker probably would.
This has got to be from the passenger side, because I had to beat it off with a hammer, the caliper.
Oh, so it was froze.
It was froze, yeah.
Guides.
It didn't even, it wouldn't turn or nothing, dude.
Yeah.
It was bad.
They've been driving it like that for a while.
Yeah, because this one's a whole lot more normal. Well, at least we know.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. Well, I hope you guys are having a wonderful Thanksgiving, or had a wonderful Thanksgiving. This is our weather today for Thanksgiving. Gloomy and wet, but it doesn't matter. We get to eat good, right? So I'm about to go do that. But here we are. We got our hubs. I'm waiting on parts now, so there's not much else I can do until those parts come in. I'm waiting on a seal, and I've got to clean up the bearings and stuff. So since I'm waiting on parts, and there's still quite a bit to do, I'm gonna make this a couple part series on doing these brakes. And so the next time we'll come back and show you how I'm going to install them. And I think I have a pretty good plan. So we'll follow up with that. And be excited to eventually get this thing back on the ground, moving under its own power and all that kind of thing. And stopping when you hit the brake pedal. Real quick, it's a mess. I've got to clean up out here from all the buffing and stuff. But I got a lot of brake parts here. Wheel cylinders, shoes, pads, hardware kit, cables, drums, all kinds of good stuff from Rock Auto. So I'll be working on this thing over this weekend, and we'll see how far we get. So I'm going to let y'all go. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving, as I said. I appreciate you taking your time out to watch the videos. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so, and y'all have a great holiday. Until next time, you know the deal. Y'all be good.